amidst the bustling streets of Neverwinter, you all saw around you, holding your hands as you were guided through the marketplace, what appeared to be somehow you just knew as you experienced this vision that it was Mom and Dad taking you out to the market. And that's where we pick up. The hustle and bustle, the sounds of bartered goods and traded wares exchanged for coin and other forms of trade and agreements, and the smells of fresh baked goods and fruits, meats, some raw, some cooking in front of you. An excited energy unlike what really any of you had experienced, except for Professor a long time ago, and in the times that he spent in similar cities and been in such situations. The rest of you had never really experienced this kind of a vibe before, and you felt a certain happiness, a certain contentedness with Mom and Dad taking you by the hand, leading you into the marketplace. And Mom looks down at you, her long silver hair, elven features smile, and she says, "How about one of these, honey?" And she offers a ripe melon fruit, and Papa is already paying for it as she extends it down to you, and you taste it. This delicious sweetness flowing with nectar and more of that happiness. And as you look around and take in all of the strangers moving past and various colored clothings and all kinds of different robes and cloaks and garments, and just wondered in your youthful naivete at the lovely world around you, you suddenly hear a slight commotion to your right, and it's Papa. He's now conversing with someone who seems like he knows your father. You hear him say, just one sentence of clear words makes its way down to your ears, and it's Papa saying, "I'm out with my family." Suddenly your mother's guiding you in a different direction away from the pair. You look back to see a scuffle begin to form between your father and this other person, and you're kind of suddenly struck. You're taken out of the moment and like, this isn't right. This is not what's happening today. It's not what my life is like. As you look up from below your mother's waist and try to see what's going on, she quickly moves her cloak around you and guides you further away into the crowd, suddenly hustling you quicker. You hear a commotion, and then someone yells. There's a scream. You feel her fear, her anxiety, her unknown. She was having such a good day. Is Papa okay? your mother suddenly guides you in between two stalls. You step back into the shadows, and looking out from between these two canopies, the light comes through and you can't see anything. It's just right in your eyes, and your mother holds you close and is looking out as well. Suddenly the light is blocked. A dark figure steps forward. You never, ever forget your mother's last words. "Don't you touch her!" There's a flurry of movement in her hands. She shoves the silhouette away from you, turns back, casts some sort of spell on you before you can even scream in terror at what's transpiring in front of your face. And as your mother's pulled back out into the market, you are enveloped in shadow. And you start to scream, but the sound is quiet. And you slide back behind the stall. And in your terror, you barely note that you've become one with the shadows. Your footsteps make no sound upon the cobblestones as you sneak away and try to escape, and you become one with every single shadow that you come across and are completely undetectable. You hear more commotion behind you, but you make no sound as you sneak away into the city. Tears. You feel you didn't know you were crying on your cheeks. Years later, it will finally dawn on you. In an equally stressful situation, when these memories come back, that your mother was a mage that knew you would need to escape, and she cast, with her last action, Pass Without a Trace on your young form. And it was with that you were able to survive. And survive you do. You see yourself now a little higher from the ground, the same perspective, making your way through the city, stealing when you have to, making deals when you can, making contacts, becoming useful. Your vision fades to white again, and your perspective comes back a little higher this time. You've grown a little taller, a little older. Your feet move more confidently. You're no longer cloaked in your mother's magic, but now you have a sense of the shadows yourself. You have a feel for how your foot falls on the cobblestones, and you can be silent. Should you choose, no magic is needed. You've managed to make your way. The streets of Neverwinter are not harsh for all who walk on them, but some more than others. Some shadows hide darker things than a lot of the city would like to believe could be hidden. within its gleaming walls. And still you survive. And at this point, Lizzie, would you like to describe the next thing that you all see?
You sit alone in the corner of a tavern by yourself, hunched over. You can tell you're hungry, but you're not quite sure when your next meal will be or where it will come from, having just spent some of your last coin on drink. It's been a while since you've been able to find work, and at this point, you'd take just about anything, but you're not sure where it's going to come from. As you lean over this precious drink and contemplate this, thinking about what your next move might be, ignoring the bustling tavern around you, trying to just stay in those shadows that you've become so familiar with. A figure slides into the booth next to you. You look up just a little bit to see a woman, not old but older. She's wearing a full cloak, and you can just see through the slit of it a blue gown that's probably more ornate than most of the people in the tavern are wearing. It definitely looks out of place, but you can tell she's trying to blend in a little bit with the cape. Not doing a great job. But she doesn't seem to mind as she leans over to you and puts her hand in her face in her hand and goes, "Hello. My name is Wolfana Einsgard, and I know you don't know me, but I happen to know you just a little bit, or at least I've observed. And I see the predicament you're in. It just so happens that I'm in need of a crew for a job. And I know you're not likely to turn down the next one to come your way. I can promise it will be well worth it." And before you have a chance to respond, she passes a slip of paper, an envelope, across the table to you and continues, "All your instructions are in there. I'm sure you'll be a great addition and you'll get along positively marvelously with everyone else. Just meet at the specific time and spot. Don't be late. Get on with your mission, and things will be just fine." And you don't even have time to give her a response, to ask her for more information or tell her to fuck off even. And she's already whisked herself away out of your sight. Not sure what to do, you go ahead and open the envelope. And it just details a simple job, or so it would seem. An item that she wants to obtain, a gem. The location, a town, a small village on the outskirts of Neverwinter. And a time. It would be the next day, late in the evening at sunset. Not having any other details, but feeling the hunger in your belly. You quickly make up your mind that, yeah, she was right. You were pretty desperate for this next job. So you make your way to find rest before your next exciting day. And so happens similarly for each of you. Each of you struggling at the moment in life. And the same women, the same figure finding you out of the blue. and passing you the same note.
And so, do we begin the bottle episode? Brought to you by your new dungeon master, Elizabeth Howell, who is going to DM this session.
That's not her name.
For a different character than you're used to playing. Each of us.
Ooh,
Me too.
interesting. This is cool.
Carrick.
You're.
Let's see here.
He says that all the time now, and it pisses me off.
You are not from New York.
It's not New York. I'm
What's
just
that
saying
from?
you're nothing.
That's
I think I heard it like on TikTok or in a YouTube video somewhere. Some stupid Gen Z thing, and I just started saying it.
It's
so
reminds me
funny.
people in New York. That's their call to each other.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Nerd.
well, now I have to stop doing it. Damn it.
You
Fucking
can
New
just
Yorkers,
do
man.
the hot fuzz. Just do yarp.
You could do that.
Okay, let's do. I'm gonna send each of you guys a pre-made character sheet, and two of these characters, Diadra and Carrick, and Kimbo and Bartleby, have met in the wild in the past. But you may not remember it. We're going to do.
I'm gonna get up for just a second.
Nope. Oh, and I wasn't joking. Her name isn't Elizabeth Howell. Not yet.
Oh, it still hasn't
It's
been
still
officially
Smith.
changed yet.
Yeah, she hasn't been able to get it changed.
I remember
She's really mad about it.
Had, like something weird with the paperwork, and they're super strict.
Yeah, so she's just waiting until she's there in Indiana.
You might as well just change your last name to Smith by now.
I could.
Okay, here
But
we go.
Jack Smith, that's even easier to make fun of. So
You could also rap about yourself,
oh,
Jack Smith, the blacksmith.
oh no.
He said it's easier to make fun of. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Okay, here we go. Jack, I'm going to send your character sheet. I'm send PDFs of your character sheets through the Facebook chat. Where are we?
Oh, that's cool.
Jack, you are playing Baracus. Man, my computer is struggling. Brachus Elspar, the sorcerer who is lawful evil, a half-elf. And Brachus is an unshapely man whose best years are behind him, or will eventually be behind him. Brachus is an opportunist who likes following orders, as it frees his mind to think about retirement and dogs, two topics he can't stop talking about. But you're playing him at a little bit of a younger age, before he's quite formed that identity. Luke, you're going to be playing Silene Wintermoon. You are the perspective that we have been following so far today. You're a lean, brash woman from Neverwinter. You keep your red hair pulled back in a ponytail. And you've come to enjoy taking risks, living as though each day might be your last. You lie compulsively, and you always assume you're being lied to. Angela, you're going to be playing Runa Vokdottir.
You don't want to do the voice.
You're a Oh, you got to do the voice. But you do your voice. A muscular woman with black hair and cold blue eyes, hailing from Icewind Dale far to the north. A lifetime of sunless days and frigid nights falsely taught you in your youth that cruelty is just the way of things. You speak few words, but are armed with a biting sense of humor nonetheless. Think you can do that?
I actually am unsure. I'll do my best.
I'm
No expectations.
pretty sure it's just you. I'm pretty sure it's not a character.
Well, the good news is you can't do it wrong. Whatever you do will be right.
Exactly.
The biting. We'll see.
Oh, these are very general descriptions. You guys play them how you see fit. You're making the character more than these little
Okay,
descriptions are.
just to be clear, I'm not actually an old man.
No, you're not an old man yet. You're still
Okay.
a little unshapely already, but you're middle aged.
Okay. I can do that.
And then I'm going to be playing Jabarl the Orc Biter, a rugged, sullen brute with a criminal past that never manages to quite catch up to him. I'm good at scaring people, caving in skulls, and tending to horses, around which I seem more at ease than around people.
To be clear, are you an orc who bites or a person who bites orcs?
More so the latter, technically. Okay, for Jack. And then for actually, Angela, I want to give you a choice. If the last guy sounded more interesting, you can play the dude, and I'll play the girl. It's up to you.
I think I feel more comfortable with the girl, but thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Few words.
Be
That
Jabarl the Orc Biter.
I do like his name. Biting orcs, maybe not so much.
I don't know. Once you get into D&D, you kind of be okay with these things.
Which is why I have avoided thus far.
You ready to get your trauma on, Lucas?
I
Yes.
can coach you.
All right, so open those bad boys up. And Angela, we're going to go over character sheet a little bit. You've probably seen one of these little, huh?
A little.
Little? Seen a little. I'm going to pull up yours. And we're just going to take a couple minutes to kind of get used to our character sheets a little bit. Our new characters. We are just playing level 2. So you do not have fully fleshed out subclasses in most cases. I think in all these cases, you don't have subclasses yet. It's a pretty simple list of options you have, which
I
should
do,
make it fun
but-
to role play more instead of overthinking mechanics. Is the idea here. You do have your subclass, yes, because I forgot to mention Lizzie.
Mm-hmm.
Jack is a wild magic sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime he casts a spell, you can force him to roll on the wild magic table, or not on the table. Force him to roll a d20, and if he gets a 1, then he has to roll on the wild magic table. The flip side is every time you make him do that, he gets his special extra die replenished if he's used it already. I say just make him do it every time. But you do you. You're the DM now. Okay, so you got your character sheet pulled up, Aruna?
It's easy.
Okay. So your armor class there, when Lizzie attacks you, that's what she has to roll at or higher than to hit. Up in the middle.
So I'll say something like, does a 16 hit? And if it meets it or goes up, it hits.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm fucking this up.
Meets it or goes above it, you said?
Yeah. And we'll handle logistics as we go too. Your skills is the long table along the middle left. So if she asks for a check or a skill, you'll roll your d20 and add the specific modifier she asks for.
So these are saves. It's like if you're being attacked and she says a Constitution save, that's down the side, and then these are checks. Sorry, these are saves. These are checks. So like, if you try to do something that requires a lot of athletic skill, you roll a d20, add 4.
And it'll be all at the DM's discretion. She'll tell you, give me an athletics check, for instance. So far, so good?
I think so.
Okay. In the middle there, the attacks and spellcasting section, you have your heavy maul. That's your main weapon, your main attack. Your attack bonus there means that when you attack, you roll your d20, and whatever you get on your roll, you add 4 to, and that's the number to hit that you're hitting with. And so that's when you have to beat Lizzie's monster's armor class. But we don't know what those are. And then if you do hit, then you roll the 2d6, and you get to add 2 to that to see how much damage you do.
Okay, cool. And that's literally 2d6 dice.
Yep.
Correct. Okay.
Or 1d6 twice. Don't worry about spellcasting at all. You are by class you are technically a paladin, but you are headed towards Runa is headed towards an oath of glory. So she is not a paladin in any sort of righteous sense. As you can see from those personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws in the top right. If you would like a little bit of role play guidance, character guidance, those are just a couple, bullet points for you that you could lean into a little bit.
Okay.
Well, you can come back to that because your features and traits is the right lower side there. Divine Smite is the bread and butter of a paladin. Whenever you land a hit with your maul, you can use 1 spell slot, which you have 2 of. You can use 1 of them to deal an extra 2d8 damage on that one attack. So you just get to choose to add extra bonus damage. And you can do that twice. Yeah. And then Lay on Hands is another ability. These are just like abilities that you have. Where you can choose to heal wounds. You have a pool of 10 points there. That you could heal on yourself or on somebody else. And that's the majority of you also have your great weapon fighting style down at the bottom right there. If you roll your damage and you get a 1 or a 2, you can actually re-roll that die, and you have to use the new roll, but it makes you even more deadly with your heavy maul.
And then to use these, I just say I want to use them on my turn, or has it?
Yep. When we are in combat, we'll be in initiative order, so we will all be taking turns, and Lizzie will tell us when it's our turn. And on your turn, you're going to get 3 things. You're going to get movement. You're going to get an action, which would be an attack or most of your abilities. And then you're also going to get a bonus action. And a bonus action for you is actually very limited as a paladin, so that makes it a little simpler. I'm trying to think if there's any paladin bonus actions, really. Don't think so. Don't think we have much bonus actions at level 2. So basically, you'll get a movement and action, and you can do those in either order.
Oh.
And you can flavor it however you like. You can describe what you're doing. You can act it out on the camera. You can, add whatever storytelling to it that you'd like to do.
Okay.
At the bare minimum, you can say, I attack.
I can do
move.
that. Well, given my character, that might actually be.
Yeah. Hey, you're getting it. You're getting it.
One more thing.
Do these replenish every turn?
No.
Okay.
Your
So-
spell slots do not, but like you can use your attack in as many turns.
Yeah, you can use an attack every turn, but your spells probably replenish on a rest. Either a short or a long rest. Well, Divine Smite, I was saying you had 2 slots. Can I see somewhere how her spell slots?
Third
I just
page.
listed it in the middle.
Yeah,
Attacks
so-
and spellcasting.
So
There's
you
spell
have
slots too.
2, and just mark here, and you're like down to 1 or what, down to 0, whatever.
So I have 2 total opportunities to use one of those
One
on
of
my
Yes.
turn.
to use Divine Spite. That
Sense.
counts as a spell, right? So you have 2 of them.
Just 2 charges.
And then Hands of Healing has 10 points of healing. So probably need to write that down somewhere. You have
And you should be able to edit these if you open the
Yeah.
PDFs. These should be editable, so you can just
so
type stuff in as you like.
say you have 10, and if you use some, change that.
But if I use some of that, that uses that.
No, lay on hands is an action, but it's not a spell.
Got it.
It's got its separate.
A simple way to think about it is like in Destiny, you have like your grenades are charged by light, you have your melee charged by light, you have a super, they're like all different abilities that are their own things.
And they
Okay.
reset when you rest.
Wait.
And if you have to take a second on your turn, like there's no rush.
Ask questions.
Ask questions.
Okay.
Read something. It's all good.
Okay.
And that
So
background that Matt read. No, it's not there. Matt.
Like, there are times where like we have whole side conversations because like I or Jack or Steve like don't understand how something works, and Matt like will accept the whole thing and we have a whole conversation. It probably won't go that far, but I'm saying don't be embarrassed. It's all good.
Her and Steve.
Yeah, this is
I usually
like-
know what I'm doing.
solamente español, por favor, ahora. Like we're not
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
full immersion here. Like the more immersion, the more fun. It's okay. Doesn't have to be.
Immersion.
And Diadra's going to run her game however she likes. It might be different than how I run mine. But that was a really fun start. Nice job. Your little monologue there was so great. I
That was
loved
so
it.
good.
That was really cool. Even though mine went way longer than I expected.
Oh, I thought you were about to say way better.
That would have been
You were laughing.
Started
Laughing in
laughing.
advance.
nearly as good as mine.
Oh fuck, that's amazing. I'm sitting back. I'm sitting back. Here we go.
You're the character now.
Look at you.
Don't look.
You are the captain now.
Okay, are we ready? Any other questions? Jack, don't burn the apartment complex answer.
I'm not going to. I'm just playing with a lighter.
How many spell slots do I have? Does it say
It should show on the third page.
third page?
Yeah,
I'll try to run
like the
some
whole
music
page
for
is
you,
all of your spells.
Lizzie, but feel free to join in. I'll try to run the music just
Oh, yeah.
by feel, but feel free to jump in if you want to.
I mean, I can't like see any of it.
Oh, you can't see the list of songs?
No, I'm
I thought you guys
really
could see the
able
list
to.
the whole time. I had no idea.
Yeah, no, we can't see it.
I think it's a problem with the app, honestly. Because like I see where I should, but it doesn't show anything.
What if you have like a
Interesting.
hidden setting or something?
Must be. That's great. I like it that way.
Yeah, I figured it. If it wasn't a glitch, it was on purpose. So.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I
You guys
never
can get
understood.
serious spoilers if you see this me going back to similar motifs that you've had in the past.
Oh yeah, I've always wondered why you're like, oh, don't look at the watch together. I was like, what? We can only see the one song.
I had no idea. Okay, sorry, I'm distracting. Take it away.
Oh, wait, I need to remove that.
Okay. Jumping ahead towards your meeting place, slowly, one by one, you all make your way towards the designated area. Just off a path just outside of the village, there's a torch post that has been lit, waiting for you. And one by one, you make your way up to it as a group to meet for the first time. What would you like to do?
Are you guys here for the job too?
Who's asking?
That was me. I was asking.
And just who are you?
I got a couple different names personally.
Well, just tell us one.
Which one you want me to tell you?
Whichever one you want. I don't care.
My name's Jabal.
That'll work.
What's yours?
I'm Brachus. That's it.
Same voice.
How about you, women folk?
What's it to you?
I said my name.
Runa.
You can call me Syl.
What are you ruining?
No, she said Runa.
She gonna ruin a what?
Ruin your day if you keep asking.
I kind of like her.
I don't know why.
She seems like my kind of people. So
You're the
aren't
weird
you
kind of
here
people.
jobs or what?
Yes, obviously we're all here for the same job.
Do I know that it's that I'm working with other people?
Yes. Yeah, each of you has been informed that you are part of a group.
I didn't know that I was going to be working with other people. I can't read very well.
Oh, dear God.
I made out the sounds ja and buh, and so here I is.
How did you determine where to go if that's all you could read?
Turn it around. Yours doesn't have little pretty pictures? Is that just mine? Was that just mine for
Just
some reason?
yours.
Sucks to be y'all.
Yeah, absolutely horrible.
Guess I'm the lucky one in the group.
Does anyone know anything useful about the job? Gem? Stealing?
Gem stealing.
I am essentially leaving you out of this conversation at this point.
Well, that's fine, because I'll call dibs. I call dibs on the gem.
I assume that our employer will call dibs on the gym.
Oh, that's the job. So where is the job? I'm just gonna be looking around. Do I see anything else?
You're still on the outskirts of the town. You're kind of up on a hill, and you can see him below you. You can turn your map back over, and you see on your picture a little star at the other side of the town on a specific building. It looks like it's just off the main road.
I'm just gonna start walking.
Speaking of employer, did y'all get some prissy lady that shoved a message at you and walked away?
Yep.
Percy is right. I sit back over my shoulder as I'm just walking down the hill.
Well, that's not the word I would use for her, but yeah, pretty much.
Do you all think Javarl actually has any idea where he's going?
Well, he's got the pictures, so
As
Unlikely.
you start to make your way down through this town, it appears to just be a straight shot off of the map from one side to the other to this mysterious building that you've been given so little information about. You can kind of see the buildings to your left and to your right. There's nothing really special with them, you notice. Everything is kind of run down. Nothing's been particularly decorated in any way except for the occasional shop sign that you see. It's all just very plain looking, which you were kind of expecting from a very small, expectedly poor village on the outside of the agriculture that maybe the aristocrats don't really care about. But you weren't necessarily expecting it to be this plain.
Poor redistribution of taxes.
Well, I suppose we better follow him before he gets caught doing anything suspicious.
As you reach.
I just continue on into the town. Are you guys coming with me?
Runa stomps along after him, not interested in anybody else getting there first.
Nice.
And Celia is going for the stealthiest version of walking down Main Street you've ever seen. Kind of flitting from shadow to shadow of the buildings, and keeping an eye out for any movement in the side streets.
And Brackus follows up the rear and just mumbles under his breath,
God, I'm getting too old for this shit.
and he like rubs his knee a little bit as he's walking.
It's not a very long walk because it's not a very large town, and as you get to the other end of this road, you notice that the cobblestone below you that is old and damaged and hasn't appeared to have any recent repairs done to it has kind of a cutoff point, and beyond it is just an entirely different story. It's pristine, beautifully laid out, with more intricate patterns than you would have expected from this town. And you can see as you come into view of this building, the whole thing has been similarly done. Just standing on its own to the edge of the town, you see a one-room temple. And it's not very large, but you can tell that all the effort that hadn't been put into the rest of the town had clearly gone into keeping this temple as beautiful and pristine as possible. It has a courtyard in the front, just a small one, with that same beautifully patterned brick, and 4 pillars holding up an overhang. The walls have been painted. Clearly, this is the town's pride and joy.
Forget tax redistribution. This is tax exemption.
It does seem like if they had spread the effort around the town a little bit, people could enjoy being closer to home. Let me see that picture you've got there. Jabaro.
Okay, I hand it back to you, but it's not even a picture. It's just like some flowery script that I really got lucky misinterpreting as to how to get to the lamppost.
But there is a map on it with a star on a building. Is this part true?
Yeah, it's up to you, Dad.
Yeah. Having scouted out her,
It's on the other page. I was looking on the wrong side.
having scouted out her crew beforehand, she thinks this might be a little bit necessary.
Can I determine if the star is or is not located on the temple or near it?
You have a pretty good idea, as the town wasn't very big, and there was one main road through it, and the map was literally just like a line from the lamppost to the building to the star.
Well, I'd say we're in the right place. Is there anyone around us?
Not out in the courtyard, there's nobody that you can see. The sun is starting setting, purple hues, and it starts getting darker around you. There is still, however, you can see light coming out of the temple.
Runa grabs the paper. What's your name again?
Celia?
Runa grabs the paper out of Syl's hand and says, well, it's not.
Is that somebody's playing with dice next to their mic? Is that Liz?
It's not me.
Is it Jack?
It's not Luke.
It's
Is it
Yeah.
Luke? Miss Jack. Oh, okay. That was crazy loud for some reason.
You.
No, it's okay. It's just funny. Sorry.
Got him recognized.
Sorry. What were you saying?
Sorry, I didn't think that was that close.
What was I going to say? Shoot.
Oh,
Runa
Runa
grabs the paper out of Syl's hand and says, "The daylight's not going to last us much longer," and stomps towards the temple door.
Of course, the daylight's not going to last much longer. That's the point. Come back here.
Is our job to go to church?
I'm not getting paid enough if it is.
Yeah, probably. That'd be my luck.
Sorry, why is Jack so loud? Did it switch
Am
your
I?
mic to something else?
I don't think so.
No, he does seem a little bit.
I'm talking a little louder, trying to do this voice.
I know.
No,
I
it's
had
not
it
that.
down a little bit,
No?
it's back up, so maybe
You just sound.
Oh yeah, it did change. What the fuck?
I've had that happen before.
I guess so. Yeah.
That's true. A
Is that better?
little bit. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Sorry.
no, you're good.
Are there? You said there were windows with light.
Out the front, you can basically see two cutouts and a door with steps leading up.
So can I walk towards the cutouts and just kind of peek in?
You peek in and you see just the basic one room, just as pristine as the outside, if not more so. The walls have painted gold designs inside. You can see an altar at one side of the room. In front of it, there's two men bending down on their knees with their hands folded, looking on the altar. You see in a holder, a beautiful gold ornate holder, a large stone, and it's this mysterious grayish, greenish, large gem with these streaks of orange and red flowing through it, almost glowing under the light.
I come up behind Runa, just kind of looking in over her shoulder. Shiny.
Get your own cutout.
Scylla's gonna take one look in the window and then go around the building to see if there's any other doors or ladders or exits or anything.
There are some more, about 3 cutouts on each side of the building, but no other doors and nothing coming back.
What do you mean by cutouts?
Like open windows, no glass.
Oh,
Okay.
no other doors, more windows.
So this building is just sort of standing alone by itself, or it's like surrounded by other buildings.
The town is not very far. As you came to the end of the road, there was just like a small courtyard separating the rest of the town, and then the building kind of sits alone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so maybe this is a bad time to admit this, but I'm actually itinerant. And can someone tell me what the hell we're doing here?
Can I make a history check to see if I know what the hell we're doing here.
I mean, you can.
Wait, our
What's,
paper said we're here to steal the gem, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I should have made it visual. Sorry.
No, you're
That's
good. Just
fine.
just
Seems to be
No, it
what
works.
I'm struggling is I can't describe that much more.
no, you're good. Can you tell us again what we saw in the?
Yeah, so you see on the paper in a little more detail, your objective was to steal this gem and deliver it back to Wolfona. It gave you the location, the town, and the name of the temple. And then it gave you a time and a meeting place. The link. And then the directions on where to take the gem for drop off. And a time and a meeting place for that.
Well,
Do you all think we're supposed to kill the two men or wait for them to leave?
I think that's up to us.
well
Orders just said, get the gem.
if the runer here wants to take the one on the right, I'll take the one on the left.
The what?
The runer.
I think he's talking about Runa.
Yeah. How about we don't leave them inside of a stone building? Maybe we lure them out of the building, and then I'll be waiting here by the door and attack them in the back.
There's only
Oh.
2 of them. Seems complicated.
Well, it's not like we want these two to go making enough noise to wake anybody else up and get them to come out here, right?
I'm not normally one for plans, but she's speaking a lot of sense right now.
I'll make this simple. Jabaro, you seem like you have the perfect skills for this situation. I want you to run in there, yell help, 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 and then run back out into the courtyard. And with any luck, they'll follow you. All right?
Where in the courtyard do you want me to run to?
Just straight out the middle, so they follow you straight out the door. All right? And I'll be on one side of the door, and I'll get the second one who comes down. No. Yes.
Okay.
I'll be on
well,
one side of the door, and Runa can be on the other. And I'll take the one that's closer to me, and Runa takes the one that's closest to her. And then, Brachus, if we miss either of them, you're on cleanup. All right?
Okay.
All right.
Sigh. Sigh.
Are
Sigh.
you okay, Jabaro?
Sigh, I have a question.
I'm not sure how many words were in that statement, but ask your question.
Sigh, will you tell me when it's green light and when it's red light?
I'll do my best.
Okay. And I just get into a ready position.
How about there is no green light and you just keep walking? Keep running.
All right.
Now that was confusing even to someone with the brain power I have.
Did I say green? Am I red? Took me a second there.
You Northerners and your
Ha
traffic control
ha! She fucked up in D&D. Ha 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 ha.
All right.
Glad you got that out of the way.
Get ready.
Okay, so just run in and just keep running in. And then, no, well, I got this. You run in, yell help, and then run back out. And just
That's
keep
the
running.
plan. Yeah.
Okay.
Get at least 30 feet away from the door, so they really have to come out or to follow you. All right. All right. Everybody ready?
Yep.
Green light. Tomorrow.
Jabarl's wearing like a leather wife beater. And he's like built in like not like a bodybuilder sort of way. He's built like in a strongman sort of way. Like there's no muscle definition, but you can tell he's pretty stacked nonetheless. And I don't know, Lizzie, if the priests inside or whatever can hear him, but he's a coming. And he's gonna try to just bang through the front door. He's not gonna try any handle or anything like that.
Well, give me an athletics check.
Against the door. What's this?
Oh no, the door. The cursed door.
I am a pretty good athletic. I have 16.
16. Okay, with the 16, you pretty much just break right through the door. It just slams open. And although you stumble a little bit going in, nothing really stops you.
Help! Help! Help!
Oh my gosh.
Okay. The priest and his companion quickly startled turn around and run out after you, looking where you went. And the priest, being an older gentleman with a longer white beard, pretty agile for his age. Seeing you just still running out, the door stops and says, "What is it, my child? What can the priest of Savros help you with?"
Help!
Are they like outside the building now?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
they had just stepped down the stairs at the beginning of the courtyard.
I'd like to sneak attack the one that's closer to the building still.
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack! Can I sneak attack the one that's closer to the building still?
You can. I'm not totally sure how to do that.
So
It's just
if I succeed at sneak, whether that's a check or not, then I get an extra 1d6 of damage on my attack.
That's what I think. Okay. So you do have the element of surprise since they see you, so roll with advantage.
Sorry, reading the last sentence here. Damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. Yeah, okay. 14 is my better of those two, and with my rapier I get +5, so that's a 19 to hit.
Okay. That hits.
Alright, so I get to roll d8 +3 and a d6 for damage. My d8 rolled a 1, so that's 4, and 4 from the d6, so 8 damage.
8 damage.
Yeah.
The battle music begins.
And what did you actually attack him?
A rapier piercing
The
damage.
rapier. Okay. So the one closer would be his companion. And so he just so focused on Jabbar from he doesn't even see you coming. You just step forward and straight shot into his gut, into his side, and he stands there and gasps and turns around and looks at you. And roll initiative.
Initiative! So Angela, it's in the top middle there. Is your initiative. You just roll d20 and add it to that. And this is how Lizzie determines the order in combat that we're going with.
Nice.
So I have to type it in.
No, it's 15 plus 1. That's your initiative bonus.
Oh,
So you can add all this initiatives. Then your initiative is 16. You're going to tell Lizzie when she asks you that your initiative is 16.
Okay. Tomorrow. What?
16.
16.
16.
What the hell? 12.
Boo!
16.
16 gang.
16 gang!
Man, what do I do?
So normally you go to the dexterity score. Whoever has the highest dexterity. But we could all just play rollies. And roll again to see who gets to go first.
Oh, okay.
It's up to you. Play rollies?
Yeah.
Ah,
There we
fuck.
go.
Okay.
Just roll a d20. Ah, fuck.
4.
Angela, just roll your
13.
13. Okay.
5.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So it'll be Angela.
What?
Matt,
At least it actually makes sense. Runa was supposed to be sneak and attack, and
I wasn't sure if I had to like wait to like
so
do anything
when
since you were
it's
doing
in
things.
initiative, which it is going to be now, you take turns.
Yep.
When it's out of initiative, you do whatever the fuck you want.
Okay,
whenever the
so
fuck
just-
you want to.
Yeah, so he
You
had
do
the
what you want.
opportunity for a sneak attack there. So he could do that before initiative started. Then you go.
And
Lizzie kind of
initiative
orchestrates
is
how that
just
happens.
when combat begins.
Yes.
Then-
as
then
soon
we
as
get
combat
structured.
begins, we roll and see who gets what turn.
Okay, so anyone can trigger initiative.
Yep. It's just as soon as
Is it-
combat begins.
Well, the DM decides.
Well, yeah.
Got it.
But anyway.
Um,
trigger it, yeah.
If you're in initiative, do you have to end it? Do you have to kill everybody?
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it's up to
combat.
the DM.
Okay. You don't have to kill everybody. The conflict has to be over. Either everybody has to die, they have to agree to a ceasefire, or whatever happens. The conflict is done.
Or we'll die.
Or you. Was that a good explanation?
No, you're doing it wrong. It's up to the DM.
Okay, well it's up to the DM, but that's like a general.
Power!
That's up to me.
And
There you go.
is initiative more strict about like you have to do than like a move and attack? So I couldn't say like
No, keep being creative.
Yeah, keep being creative. If there's something you want to do, I'll ask, what do you want to do? If you have a thought in your head, say it, and we'll see if it's viable or we can make it work. You're generally, you have a movement and an attack, so if you don't have anything, you can just say, okay, move here, my attack is first.
Right.
So we can do whatever.
There's also a couple other actions that you can take that I would have
Lots.
written down for you if I knew you were going to be playing here. You can take the dodge action, which means you just stand there ready to dodge. So you get anyone that attacks you on that round does it at disadvantage. Or you can disengage so that you can step away from a person without giving them a free attack. or you can try to grapple them, where you try to grab hold of them and limit their mobility. There's lots
Or
of.
you can use dash, which doubles your movement speed and gives up your action.
So you can when we say movement speed, we say it means how far you can move on one turn.
How far you can move in 6 seconds, actually.
So a dash is double how far you can.
And you can speak on your turn too. And Lizzie might even let us speak outside of our turn. I don't know. Depends if it's cool.
Depends on what you say.
Yeah, it depends if it's cool, right?
This DM sucks.
Banned.
Smite it.
And Brackus dies of a heart attack.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Okay. What are we doing?
Okay. So it starts with Angelo. You have the priest on the at the bottom of the steps. The acolyte was just behind him. Siley. Just step forward and stab the acolyte. You have Jabbar.
The acolyte or the priest?
The acolyte. Because he said whoever was closer, and the acolyte was behind the priest. Javarl's in the middle of the courtyard, and Brackus is still off to the side with you. Your turn. What would you like to do?
I try to grab the priest, but not kill him.
Grapple him.
Grapple him.
That's another one we just didn't mention. Another action you can take.
I think Matt can take grapple.
Yeah, Matt said it.
Okay.
I just forgot the correct word. Grapple him by his beard, yank him back, put him in a headlock if possible.
Grapple is strength check.
Yeah, I was about to say grapples. Right.
You contested athletics if you'd like.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, give me an athletics check.
Okay, so I roll the d20
Yep.
and then add the 4.
And for this, Lizzie, it'd be contested, so you would be doing the exact same thing for the priest.
Ooh, good point. I'm getting mindset.
You're good. I'm here to help.
So
You roll an 11. You add your athletics, so +4.
15.
Your check is 15.
My athletics check
So
is
now, if Lizzie rolls more than 15, your grapple fails. If she rolls less than you succeed.
So 15 total.
15? Okay. Unfortunately for you, the priest is a little bit more spry than he seems, and sensing you coming behind him, he kind of twirls his arm out of your grasp and faces you, ready for what's next.
So is that the end of my turn then? Or do I?
So that's your action. Did she use all of her movement doing that, or does she still have some left?
No, she'll still have a little bit left.
So do you want to? You can use the rest of your movement if you want. If you got any good bonus actions, you can use them. It's not like your character does not have a lot of bonus actions, so you can either stop there or you can keep moving.
Okay, so seeing him spin and face me, my instincts realized trying to grab was unnecessary, and I reach for a punch to the face. Question mark? Does that work?
It depends
Or
on
was that?
So
Are you asking me?
An arm strike.
No, can't
It's not an arm strike.
can't do that. Would be a different action, basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I just have.
I don't know of any bonus actions that you have as a paladin.
No, there
Usually,
aren't
bonus
any.
actions are specific, like small abilities. And at level 2 where we're at, just don't even worry about those right now. So
So wait, what can I do then?
Nothing.
you have your movement,
Grapple
or you
count
could
is
say
not-
something to somebody.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
I have my movement, so I guess I'll move towards him.
Okay, that's right up next to him.
Yeah.
Jabbar.
I'm running away.
Okay.
I'm gonna use all my movement running away. And is there like a building I can kind of get to where I can like get around the corner?
It would take courtyard pretty open, and just some like torch posts kind of around it.
I would like to dash.
Okay. You can dash kind of right into the first closest building.
All right.
Such a Jabral move.
I would like to roll over my mic cable. Okay, I'm going to dash to the building. I'm gonna run behind it, and then I'm gonna flip back out and see what's going on. So, that's my turn.
Okay. That's not very evil, though.
Brackus!
Okay.
Do the thing, Brackus!
Okay. I'm going to. I want to try and intimidate the priest by using the message cantrip. I want to like scare the shit out of him.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll.
Okay. So it's not a roll or anything. Yeah. I point my finger at him if he's within range, and I whisper a message. And only he can hear it.
What's the message?
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I could. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to point to him. I'm sort of off to the side next to a lamppost, since I knew I could take care of him from farther away. So I point to him. Hopefully he didn't notice me in the confusion. And I'm just going to whisper really loudly and menacingly, like, die, 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 die. And just scare. Like, can I make like an intimidation check? Yeah.
Yeah. Is this something I would roll against? Or I'm asking.
For intimidation.
It is up to you, because you are doing this pure rule of cool here. There's no...
I'm learning a lot.
There's several different ways you could do it. Totally up to you. Do it how you want to do it.
Okay, go ahead and roll intimidation.
Okay. 17.
17. Okay, yeah, he was not expecting that after focusing on Runa and seeing his acolyte off to the side, sword pierced through him. You definitely startled him, and he kind of looks around nervously. What? Where are you? And you have successfully scared him, and he's not really focused on what's in front of him at this point.
Okay. And after I've done that, I'm gonna have the hood of my cloak like over my head, like right down my face, and I'm going to start walking towards him slowly, and slowly slip a dagger out of my sleeve and hold it. And I'm not gonna get all the way to him, just like 10 feet away from him
Alright.
on this turn.
He kind of spots you coming out of the shadows and jumps back, realizing he might be outnumbered here.
And that's my turn.
Right. So yeah.
Sorry, our dryer is very excited about this. Like, how far apart are the priest and the acolyte from each other?
At this point, they're probably about 15 feet from each other now. By this point, after the action.
Alright. I just don't know any of this character's spells, because guess what? Prof White Pebble uses one of the spells that this character uses.
You have spells?
Yeah.
I don't think I meant for you to have spells.
Really?
Celine?
Okay.
Aren't you just a rogue?
I don't fucking know.
I thought she was like a bard.
No.
Rogue.
I wonder if I left someone else's spells on your
Probably
sheet.
left someone else's.
What are the spells?
Yeah.
Firebolt, Gust, Sword Burst.
Oh yeah,
Message.
those are mine.
Those are...
I have those spells. Got it.
So,
Alright.
I'm letting you play a marshal as a complete change of pace. So you don't have to worry about
doesn't know how
spells.
a martial works. And the rogue is just doesn't have like 2 attacks or anything.
Not a level 2. No, actually never.
Cool. Well, I'm going to
Arcane
use my
Trickster.
rapier to attack this acolyte again. Try to finish him off if I can. So, I'm going to attack with my rapier, which is freaking 9 to hit.
Oh, you missed.
All right. Then I'm going to attempt to step around him just so that Runa's like at my back and I'm facing one enemy in front of me instead of like generic chaos. And that's my turn.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. The priest, keeping his eyes on Brackus, reaches his hand out, mutters under his breath, and casts guiding bolt at Brackus with a 4.
Yeah, misses. Can I like deflect it with my dagger as I'm slowly walking towards him? Cool.
Absolutely, it shoots out, and you can easily see it. Bing. Eyes never leaving his. Let's see. The acolyte, kind of getting over his shock, pulls out just a club out of his robe and leaps at Silene with a 11 to hit.
Misses.
Misses. Having just been stabbed, he's leaps forward and you just easily sidestep it as he falls past the stone. And we are back to Britta.
Runa wants to take advantage of Brax's silly intimidation game while the priest is paying attention to him and strike the priest with her heavy maul.
Okay. Roll to hit.
So,
Mhm.
9.
9.
Question for you. Did the intimidation have any effect on the priest?
I wondered if you were going to say that.
She did say that he turned and jumped back, right?
Wait, is
Yeah,
that only on
there's
mine?
3 more possibilities, and I don't know what they would be.
You could, if you want there to be an effect, it's up to you. Do you want there to be an effect, or are you saying it just doesn't really have an effect?
Can I only use that on me?
That would be.
You could make him frightened. You could say it was a distraction and give the next attacker advantage. You could
Let's
do that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Brax,
Oh, wait.
pays attention, so he gets advantage on the next roll.
Wild
Why
magic.
don't you get advantage on this one? So that means you roll twice, you take the higher. So you just roll
So you get your.
once. So roll again.
Okay, so that's
24.
Nat 20.
Nat's
It's a
like,
crit.
Oh,
damn.
that's a crit. Oh, our first crit. Oh.
First
I don't
crit
like
under
this.
second attack roll ever. Holy shit.
That
So
means she gets to roll damage twice, right?
Very
Double
advantageous.
dice.
Double
So-
dice.
Double
Because
dice.
it's a nat 20, instead of rolling 2d6, you roll 4. And
Oh my
you still just
gosh.
plus 2. So do you want a physical d6 and roll it 4 times, or do you want to roll 4 on the screen?
I'll just roll 4 on the screen. That'll be faster.
Totally up to you.
D100.
D6 is the second level.
Thank you.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4, roll them. Our computer's running so slow.
Yeah, my
It's very
computer can't handle these
dramatic.
graphics.
All right.
Will
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 6, 10 plus 2?
12.
Okay.
How many?
12.
12.
Oh shit.
12 of them.
Okay, I mean, you're heavy maul. You strike him. He just keels over with the blow. His eyes have been stuck in the dragon. Forward. Any other movement?
Does you mean he keels over dead? Oh, he just folds
Him
over.
folds over.
Got it.
You can
Got
hear
it.
him breathing heavily. Trying to catch.
I turn to face the acolyte now, but I stay in this. I back up a step and turn to face it. Give myself some distance from the priest, and then turn to the acolyte.
So you want to walk over to the acolyte.
Oh, can I walk over?
You still have pretty much all of your movement.
Okay. Yeah, why not?
Okay. Jabara.
Red light. I see the Acolyte pull out the club from his robe, and I'm just gonna step out from the building and start stalking back up, muttering to myself. So that's what I muttered to myself. But also I muttered to myself, wouldn't have to worry about carrying weapons in these parts of town if you'd reinvest in your community. And how close can I get to the closest enemy?
Well, the priest is about in the middle of the courtyard now. It would take. It's about 40 feet away.
So I can get about 10 feet away from him.
Yeah.
Dashed?
No,
Last
because
time.
you dashed away.
Yeah, you dashed away.
Okay.
60 feet!
Or like,
You
All right.
bolted, Jabaro.
So if I don't dash, how close can I get to him?
10 feet.
10 feet away.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. If you don't dash, you can get 10
All right.
feet away. If you dash,
okay. 10 feet away. I'm going to get up to like 10 feet away from the priest, and I'm going to take the shield off of my back. And it's like rusted and old. And I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to throw it at him like a frisbee for an improvised weapon attack. So I don't get any proficiency bonus.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to roll. That is an 11.
An 11.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you're 10 feet away wasn't really close enough for your aim, and the shield kind of just glanced
And it just like spins around on the ground. That's my turn.
Okay. Brackets.
Okay. So I see Jabbar run up, throw his shield, miss. And it's like, oh boy. And then my other hand sort of drops out of my sleeve with like a little bit of fire starting to crackle at the fingertips. And I'm going to cast Firebolt at the priest. Nat 20.
Holy shit.
Well, damn.
This poor
That
priest.
hits.
Do you have one of my D10s over there?
Yeah, I do actually.
Oh shit! Okay, that does 14 fire damage.
Jeez.
He not dead yet?
He's
Tough ass priest. Shit.
well, he's now fallen to his knees, screaming in agony. His robes are on fire. His beard is on fire. He's still clutching his stomach, but he's not dead yet. And that. And do you have a bonus action?
No, but I'm going to continue walking up to him, walk the last 10 feet up to him. And so he dropped down to his knees and he's like on fire now.
Yep.
I'm just going to look down at him and just whisper really quietly, like, die. And that's it.
Okay, that brings
That's
us
my
to
turn.
Celia.
Well, what a pleasant group we've collected here. I'm gonna take my rapier and I'm going to. No, I'm annoyed at the screaming priest warning the village of our presence, so I'm gonna throw a dagger at the priest, try to finish him off. 16 to hit.
16 to hit.
right, 1d4 plus 3.
What would you like to do?
That's a 2 and 5. All right.
What do you say?
Well, I mean,
What do you
he's
say?
screaming, right? So I'm shooting for his neck, just like trying to cut his vocal cords out and stop him from screaming with my throwing knife.
It just straight, you said you throw your throwing knife? Yeah.
Throw a dagger.
You throw a dagger with absolute precision, and it just slices right across his neck, cutting his scream short, and you can just hear his gurgling as he slowly dies, his scream still attempting to come out of his throat, and he falls over, dead, blood pooling around him.
And I'm going to say, quiet, and step into the path of the acolyte between him and the rest of the town.
Right, the acolyte, seeing what just happened to his leader, is still shaking in fear behind you, realizing he probably doesn't have much time left, so he tries one last attempt to lunge at Silent with wow, that's a roll. 8 to hit.
Swing and a miss.
Right. Losing a lot of blood, he kind of just like stumbles down before you to one knee. Trying his best. This is probably and it is Rune's turn.
Runa's still headed towards the acolyte. Turns and looks back at the priest. What, in flames with blood gushing out. Then looks at Jabbar's shield that just passed her, rolling on the ground. Then rolls her eyes and keeps walking towards the acolyte and swings her heavy maul at him. So,
Roll an attack.
12 plus 4, 16. 16.
16. That hits.
Okay. So then I do
Roll damage. So whatever.
2d6 plus 2. 1.
Can I use that?
How
Or
much?
should I use that?
Yeah. If you roll a 1.
How much? Oh, wait. It was. Wait, 2d6.
Yeah, she's got the special fighting style. If she rolls a 1 or a 2 with her heavy maul, she gets to re-roll it.
Why don't you just roll?
Okay.
Yeah. That's still a 1.
1.
How does that work?
So, just having rolled my eyes at the theatrics, I just take a big ol' swing
Alright, you just
from down.
and he just crumbles his one last. And you are out of initiative.
Jabbar's gonna walk over to the priest and kind of kick the smoldering corpse. Too bad he wasn't a man of the flame retardant cloth. And then I'm gonna pick up my shield.
I think you're the only man of the retarded cloth here. And I'm going to walk straight into the temple.
That joke, I flip my hood back and start laughing. It's like, that's a good one, Jabbar. Did you see that?
Runa can't help but laugh too.
Jabaro goes over and he starts to chuckle. He's not really sure if y'all are laughing at him or with him, but he's gonna dap you up if he can. Sends his fist out to Brackus and Taruna.
Yeah, I do my left hand. I like gotta shake the fire out of it. It's there still, and then do it. And then I'll fist bump him.
Runa's already headed towards the altar for the gem because she's on a mission. Who wants to be the first to grab?
Seeing Runa start walking in the same direction, Silia is gonna like power walk a little bit, shooting to get to the altar first and snag the gem.
I'll just slowly make my way in behind him eventually.
Yeah, I'm following too.
Okay. Which one of you gets there first?
I'm shooting too.
Runa.
Runa?
Runa sees
How do you get
Runa
there first?
sees Sai heading towards her a little bit behind and starts speeding up too,
Alright.
and ends up leaping towards it.
Ooh, okay. Roll an athletics check.
Both of us are just
Racing?
Is it contested?
She leaped. She left. So
Okay.
does
So
what
dramatic.
is Silent?
I'm gonna contest this shit. I'm gonna get there first.
Alright, roll athletics.
0 bitches. Fuck.
Wait, a rogue with 0. Oh,
No, I
athletics
got
strength.
-1 as athletic, and I
Oh,
rolled
yeah.
a 1.
Can I
It's-
Okay.
Or do I need it?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah,
I don't think
Literally,
she needs to roll.
you could not lose if you tried, because your
Well,
athletics modifier is positive and mine is negative.
Well, the altar's kind of set back, and there's like one step up of
Oh my gosh.
platform, and Celia leaps, and immediately her foot catches on the like 5-inch ledge and just absolutely face plants to the floor. What is?
Runa stops, turns
No,
and looks
you
aside.
already left.
Oh, well,
What's your roll?
what's my roll?
What's your
Oh,
roll?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, how gracefully do you do this? You beat me, but how good do you do?
17.
17. Okay. With that, you see Celia, catch up and move ahead of you and immediately face plant, which tells you that there's a little bit of a platform there if you were paying attention. So on your leap, you immediately do a touch and roll up to your knees and reach out. Snatch the gem. As you stare at it, you can see the flecks of orange and red a little more clearly amongst the gray and green color, and you notice that it is a
Jabaro gets to the doorway. Is that a bloodstone?
What's a bloodstone? Is it that?
I think it is what that is.
While they're talking, I'm gonna stand up and move around in front of Runa. And can I slide a hand the gold stand off the altar from behind my back and tuck it into a pouch or a pocket?
roll me a stealth check or a sleight of hand check.
That's better. 24.
24. Oh yeah, everybody's staring at that gem, that beautiful gem in Bruna's hand, and you just walk around. Nobody's paying attention. Shut up, baby. Okay.
Well, we better leave before anybody else gets here.
Yeah, good idea.
So,
Where are we supposed to take it again?
green light.
Yeah.
Green light, leave. Yes.
Green light.
Green light.
Runa starts walking out the temple.
I'll just lock my eyes on the beautiful bloodstone and slowly follow behind the lady folk.
All right, so you guys make your way out of town with shockingly no one coming out to meet you, as apparently this is a farming town that goes to sleep early. It's up early. So you make your way to the meeting place, as stated in the letter, which is in a less loved part of Neverwinter, kind of on the outskirts of town. Following the directions to the address, you
Like, does Celia know what a bloodstone is? Having heard the other people mention the name.
like what it is.
Yeah, like what a bloodstone. What makes a bloodstone a bloodstone? If the answer is no, I'm going to ask the other people in the party. If the answer is yes, then I will
That's a good
maybe
question.
share.
Can I help with that?
Yeah, I was going to say, what would you say character-wise?
So, the bloodstone is a unique, rare gem in and of itself, and has a lot of value for its rarity and its purity, its crystalline coloration, and the way it looks like it's liquid blood moving throughout this crystal. But also, it has magical properties that aid in the creation of crystal balls and specifically divination magic, which might explain why the priest seers were worshipping it in the temple.
Okay. Do I know any of that?
I
feel
don't.
like-
Jabbarl
I-
doesn't.
Yeah. Despite the
Jabbarl
fact
knows
that
they're pretty and they go for a pretty penny.
a magic user, I did not grow up with her, so
You could have us roll history checks if we wanted to know if we knew that.
Yeah. Roll history if you want. If you don't,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't care.
I want to know that. So let's see. Do I know?
What'd you get?
I rolled a 4. What's my modifier? 3. So 7. Maybe I knew at least the precious gems. I guess. I don't know.
You knew that the bloodstone was a precious commodity, but you couldn't know why or what.
Yep, I don't care. I just want it to be over with so I can get paid.
Draw roll. 10.
Okay. Well, you knew that the gem was a precious, rare commodity, and that this was a particularly large one. And sometimes it was used for certain things. And that wasn't knowledge.
Does anyone know why there was a gem in the temple? I feel like only dwarves keep gems in their temples.
Don't know. Don't care.
Yep.
Okay.
Would you be willing to
No,
divulge?
I was agreeing with Gracchus.
Oh, Okay.
All right, so
That was
we
it.
head on our way.
Yes, you make your way to kind of an. It's not a village on its own. It's just kind of almost a neighborhood towards the edge of Neverwinter. Clearly, very few, if any, people live there anymore. It wasn't. It's well taken care of. The houses are spread out, but large. And you can tell that at one point this must have been kind of a high place in the city, just by the outside rundown look of the houses. You make your way down some winding roads. Eventually, you see the end of the path where the instructions led. And you see a particularly large maze, just as rundown as the others. It has a kind of a porch leading up to it with stairs, column on either side, these big grand doors, double door entrance. You can tell at one point, like I said, the house is well taken care of. It's not beautiful, but now it's chipped, it's rotting. There's vines growing all over it on the outside.
I always say, little gentrification, not always a bad thing.
Yeah, this place is a dump.
I don't think either of you know what that word means.
Yeah, probably not. Wait, what does gentrification mean? Because I thought I was using it right there.
Is that above table or below table?
That's above table. I thought I knew what that word. I thought I knew what that meant.
Do with
Shit.
being gentlemanly.
Okay. My bad. Forgot I said anything.
Gentrification is when like a rundown part of town gets desirable and a bunch of richer people move in and the rent goes up and the relatively poor residents who used to live there get chased out and nicer
Millennials
stores surface,
gentrified.
cheaper stores. Yeah,
Oh,
Brooklyn
okay.
was always like a cheap neighborhood in New York, but then millennials were like, well, we can't live in Manhattan, so we're going to move to Brooklyn, and then it got expensive.
You're
But this is clearly not gentrified. I mean, maybe it was in the past because there's mansions, but it's like rundown as fuck.
Okay, well then I must have missed something there because I. Okay. Yep. Never mind. Sorry. Continue.
wait, we're headed towards the meeting place, or we're at the meeting? I'm confused.
We're at the meeting place.
We're at the meeting.
It's this rundown mansion.
Can
Anybody
anyone
home?
Anybody but Jabral double check that this is the meeting spot.
I'm knocking on the door.
As Jabal starts to knock, the doors swing open in front of you, inviting you in.
Did anyone open the doors? Is there like a person inside?
They swung
Okay. All right. I'm going to say, well, Runa, you've got the stone. You first.
Before Runa can walk in, I'm already walking inside. I'm just looking around. So we're here to get paid.
Runa deep sighs and shoves on in through.
the rest of you.
Mm-hmm.
Cautiously. I'm checking behind the doors to see who opened them. And yeah.
As you do that, they do in fact slam shut behind you, and two men dressed probably way too nicely to be in a rundown place like this. Leather jackets and pants standing up straight. You can see They each have a scimitar strapped to their side, and they'll just stand behind you. They don't say anything. They close the doors and stand on either side of it. You see as you turn into the room, the main room of the house is a large, open, vault type room with staircases on either side leading up to meet in the middle, show a balcony above. They're clearly this was used many parties in the past. The fixtures, there's a chandelier above. The pictures you can all see were probably once beautifully polished brass. The walls, the painting is healing, and the woodworks are still intact, but obviously do not have the shine that I'm sure as you step into the room, you hear footsteps and see up on the top of the balcony, Wolfen walks out. And she places her hands on the hello, my darlings. Oh, look at that. You all made it out alive. I'm so glad. And she starts walking down from you.
Starting to breathe a little heavier. And I just kind of walk back up towards the guards at the front of the door. I'm not even looking at her. In this big room, I don't like to feel claustrophobic. You start to see like veins are starting to turn like purple down his biceps and across the visible pectorals and up into his neck.
Bob, my dear, come here, yes. There's no word. I'm just what you so kindly to pick up for me.
You said there's 2 staircases? So Runa grips the bloodstone a little tighter and backs her way towards the bottom of the other staircase. Just waiting to see how things continue.
My fair lady, how much did you say we was getting paid for this again?
Oh, believe me. More than your wildest dreams could assume. Now please, dear. No, I really can't pay you until you've completed your job, right? She, like
He's counting on his fingers. Wildest dreams. And how much would you say that stone's worth?
Honestly, it's more of a sentimental item. I mean, really, I wouldn't even worry about it. Just hand it over and we can finish our transaction, and I will pay you. We don't even need to worry about it. She starts taking a couple steps towards her.
Runa, not giving much up easily, starts to get a little possessive, grabs the bloodstone a little closer to her and starts backing up the stairs, saying, "What are you going to use it for?"
Oh, darling. I really don't like when you test my patience. Like I said, you're getting paid. It's sentimental. I don't think you need to know the details beyond that.
The only detail I'm interested in is where's the payment?
I will show it to you as soon as I have my prize.
I don't think she's got very much experience in hiring thieves.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Sigh. What do we do, Salia?
Just keep the bloodstone away from her until she comes to understand how this works.
Oh, she interrupts you. If anyone doesn't understand how this works, I think it'd be you. And with that, she throws her hand out. And does a minute. With
Nope.
that,
Thalia is keyed up about the situation and is dodging the fuck away from that.
as she throws her hands out comes this blue flame, ball of flame flows right past you into the wall and kind of fizzles out. As she does this, her cloak moves. You can see she's wearing the same thing she was the day before, but you happen to catch a necklace that she's wearing, holding a pendant, symbol of the blue. And roll initiative.
Double combat.
Well, I'm rolling that all right.
I knew butlers with swords was a bad sign.
Intrigue.
Anybody else think it feels stuffy in here?
You roll initiative.
If by stuffy you mean full of stuff, yeah.
You ready?
Yep.
Yeah. Sound off.
13.
Correct.
12.
Celia.
You rolled an 11, right?
You did.
No, I rolled it.
I did not.
You didn't roll at all.
I didn't roll 11.
What did you roll?
A 9.
Okay, so 9 plus 1 is 10. The 1 right there at the house is initiative.
I thought.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you ask me?
It was your turn.
Fucking hell. I rolled a 17. And a 1 on my history check, apparently. To remember my own name.
Oh wait, is this for TJ?
Okay. Well, let's start with Celia.
Well, I just got a lightning bolt thrown at me, and I've got some gold in my pocket, so today wasn't a complete loss. I'm going straight for the door. And like the two guys with swords, they're like right in front of the doors, or they're like into the room a little bit, or what?
Having seen their boss record, they quickly drew their swords and stabbed at us.
All right. I'm going to. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna like step to the side, so I'm not like in front of both of them, and attack. You know, the one on the left from like the left side with my rapier. Does a 13 hit?
Yes.
It does. All right. So one d8 plus 3. That's 8 piercing.
8 piercing. You lunge at him, and he tries to deflect, but you being on edge already, quickly see it coming. Adjust yourself with your right up to his ribs. Pulls over so much. Kind of falls back against the floor.
That's it.
I watched the lady shoot the lightning magic, and then I spin back around and see Xylea make the attack, and I growl and approach the same guy, and I call out, I was gonna attack that one first too. There's something about his face just pisses me off, and I would like to rage.
Oh, he's a barbarian.
Yep.
Of course, he's a barbarian.
So that's my bonus action. So I will now, with my shield drawn out, I will swing just like a hacking slash at the same guy that he just hit. That is a 15.
A 15 hits.
That is 9 plus. That's 11 piercing damage.
Oh, how would you like to do this? He did.
Just cleave just right through. He just cuts him right in half. Ah!
Shit.
His companion next to him, his eyes grow wide, and he was not prepared for this fight today. He draws the sword, takes a step back, holds it out, already terrified out of his mind.
As he stands up from the blow, he just turns to the guy who's right.
Is that lighting?
Okay.
That's my turn.
Alright.
I'll just turn back from watching what just happened. Like,
Should have left the doors open.
so how far away is the lady from us? From me?
What did you do upon entering?
I was like behind. I was at the back of everybody else. I walked in last.
You walked in last?
Yes, and I'm still where I was when we stopped to talk to her. Wherever that was.
Okay, well she's come down the stairs and started to cross a little bit towards the room on the stairs. So she's probably 20 feet.
Okay. And Runa is to the off to my side, sorta, on the other staircase.
Yes.
Or did I imagine that?
She's
Okay.
to your right.
Okay, well then I'm gonna take a few steps forward, walk 5 feet up, and then cast Burning Hands at her. So that's a dex save. She does not save. What did she roll? It was a 13. Was the DC. Okay. So wait, how much damage does that do? That is 3d6. Ooh. She takes 13 fire damage.
Oof.
As I step up, extend my hands, and fire just like a wave of fire just shoots out in front of me.
pulls her arms back and just screams. She goes, "Ah, you don't understand who's in charge!" Just sounding almost not human as she does this.
Just give us our money.
Still look at Runa. Stone still. And it's Runa's turn.
Oh wait, I want to use my bonus action to turn one of my sorcery points into a spell slot. That's it.
I think it takes both to turn into one spell slot.
2 sorcery points into one spell slot. Okay, yeah, that works. That too. Yeah.
You don't have anything else to do with sorcery points until next
Nope.
level, so.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, Runa.
Can Runa see what's at the top of the stairs?
Yeah, you see it's kind of a banister on the hallway, like along the top. So like, there's nothing to go down. It's just across the side of the room, and then there's like a door on either side.
On either side of the hallway.
2 staircases that go up together, and then where they join, there's a banister that turns into a hallway.
Yeah, so like you join at the top in front of this hallway along the wall.
And the doors are where? Sorry.
Just like the middle.
At the end, like facing, if you go.
Are there doorways left and right?
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're good.
Can I tell if one way or the other seems like a promising escape route? No. Okay. Can Runa dash up the stairs? Okay. Runa seems to be realizing that this stone may be worth more than payment to her. So she quickly stashes it in her pocket and dashes up the stairs.
Just at the top of the stairs.
Can I now see if there's a better escape route? Or a decent escape route?
No, that's all there is.
Just the 2 doors. Okay, can I dash to the door on the left and open it? Do I have any more dash?
Yeah, you still probably got.
Can I dash to the other door and check? And I throw my weight at the door. Okay, Runa plants herself at the top of the stairwell. Bracing for an attack, but that's my move. Because she wants to keep higher ground.
See in front of her, she turns her attention back to Celia and Braxton Low. Just absolutely great look on her face. And runs forward and actually lunges at Celia. Give me a
Dex save. All right. 9.
9. You see her lunge and try your best to turn out of it just as she brushes her fingertips across your arm. You take 7 necrotic damage.
Oof.
From her fingertips. The fuck?
She turns back and had a lunge past you, brush off his snarls. And that brings it back to Sully.
Having cleared out the left guard, I'm going to grab the door handle and see if I can pull it open.
You pull it open.
All right. Fuck this shit I'm out. I'm gonna like step out the door and as I do, I want to yell back to Runa. Runa, the gem! Throw it!
Am I supposed to respond?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Runa ignores her. The gem's hers.
All right. Can I step just around the corner from the door and ready? What's the word? Ready. Ready to sneak attack in case anybody chases me out the door.
Okay. You. I'm gonna let that go. This is next time. Yes.
What?
Should have locked the door.
No, something. Nothing.
All right.
I'm learning mistakes. It's fine. That is.
He's now hulking and laboriously breathing deep. And he looms over the other guard. His voice has changed. You're not gonna keep me from fresh air either, are you? And he's gonna try to backhand with his sword. Recklessly.
Ooh.
I rolled a 2 and a 3. Doesn't
Dang.
hit.
You reach up to strike, and the guy, just scared out of his mind, just like half faints and falls backward out of your way, and you reach, stumble forward a bit, and he kind of crawls backwards out of your view, and not your view, but just out of your reach.
Attack rolls against me have advantage until my next turn.
Are you suddenly got really quiet?
No, I heard it too.
Attack rolls against me have advantage until my next turn.
You're so quiet.
It was still really quiet. But hold on.
My computer freaked out because I yelled.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Anything else?
Oh.
Sorry, no.
Okay.
Okay. So the lady ran back up the stairs after Runa. No?
She leaped it slightly up next to
Oh.
you. So she's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
just
So she's
off
like
on
next
the
to me
right,
now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Also, I forgot. So like that spell I cast was a 15-foot cone, and it also ignites any flammable objects in that area that aren't being worn or carried. So if the house is wooden, it's on fire now.
Well, the floor is now on fire. Yeah.
Cool.
Just kind of like a bonfire in the middle of the room.
What just broke? That was weird. Okay. So she's how far away from me now?
15 feet.
What?
15 feet.
Yeah.
15 feet. Okay, now I'm going to. Oh, well, that's where useless. I'm going to cast. I'm going to run up the stairs first, up to where Runa was. And then once I'm at the top of the stairs, I'm going to cast Firebolt at the lady.
You're running away from her?
Yes.
That would give her an opportunity.
I thought she was 15 feet away from
15
me.
feet. Yeah, in my head that adjusted.
Okay. So that's 15 to hit.
15 to hit. That hits.
Okay. She takes 6 fire damage.
Hey.
And I'll go up to Runa and be like,
What? Can you not get through the door?
Not so far.
Son of a bitch.
I'll just turn back to face the lady.
Yeah, you hear as she somehow catches more on fire than she was. It starts to like spread around her. Just absolutely.
She doesn't actually catch on fire, just so you know. That's not like an effect of the spell. But if you're adding it, that's cool.
As she screams, I was about to say, it fizzles out. You could just tell how angry she is. And how you're besting her. It's Ruda's turn.
I'm still at the top of the stairs. Can I like skirt around the fire towards the door and like miss her?
It would take a dash.
I'll dash. Cause I'm not here for the fire in a wooden building, and I'm annoyed at Baracus for causing the chaos. I'm headed for the door. Dash over there. How close am I? Or am I out?
How long is your dash?
How long is my dash? 30.
Times 2.
Yeah. So
60.
yeah, you're out just down the stairs. Turn on you slightly up.
I ready my sneak attack for anyone who followed me out there.
Good call. All right. Anyway, friends.
I like it too.
Oh, no.
I think this makes sense.
Fuck.
Yeah, it really does.
Oh, no.
Nate.
Oh.
Your AC is a 16. That is not even close.
How do you
Am I
dodge
really?
out of the way? How does this go down in your head? Like, you just stab at her?
I hear feet, and I swing straight at the person coming out the door. Well, swing is not quite right. It's a rapier, so it's more like a jab. And apparently it doesn't work.
Bruna, how do you dodge out of the way of this incoming attack?
Runa just kind of sidesteps and turns and snorts and then keeps going. Just scoffs.
Oh.
Okay, so you make it down just past the bottom of the steps into the overgrown yard area with trees Wolthana, still snarling, kind of pulls out in front of her as if she's ripping something. And Jabral sees just next to him, glowing, kind of emanating out of thin air, a scimitar. And it immediately turns and points and swings at him.
Ah! He just punches at it with his shield. Just
With
blocks
advantage,
it out of the way.
you still have advantage on attacks against it.
Yeah, you do have attack advantage. Did you roll advantage?
Oh, I do have advantage.
Because he was reckless and rolled a 2 and a 3.
And I roll a 2 and a 4, so never mind.
Holy cow.
You just
Wow.
You're the DM.
smack that
You can
thing
cheat.
out of the air and it like falls on the ground. It doesn't even flatter. You're just straight up barbarian. However, seeing that you're mildly distracted, her henchman reaches up with his scimitar with a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Alright, 4 slashing damage. So he's still on it, but lunges forward.
And actually, because I'm enraged, I have resistance to slashing damage. So I only take 2 slashing damage. I just kind of... It's like 6, and I'm like...
Philly. Are you thinking or are you getting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, because, like, Silena would absolutely take her golden run, but, like, knowing that the Bloodstone's out here and, like, there's not a lot of good running and hiding going on. And shoot, the lady, her name was,
You're speaking Korean.
well, Thana's just inside the door, right? And or roughly just inside the door, fighting Jabarl. And Selena would take her golden run, except that the Bloodstone's out here now. And so there's going to be harder to run away when people are chasing you. So she's going to step back in and try to stab Olthana, preferably in the back if Olthana's still looking at Jabaro, but generically try to get a little revenge for that necrotic touch.
Well, she hasn't actually moved for your hand, so she's still on the right side in there. So if you step back in, you're
Pretty
right.
far into the room. Okay.
What do you mean? She can move back in there, right?
I can move
Yeah,
back.
she can. She'll just see her.
Yeah.
That's all. He was asking if he could do it without her seeing it.
Okay. Nope. I'm going to ready a stealth attack for anyone who chases me out the door.
Okay. Okay.
The fuck was that? He's swinging at her. That is a 22 to hit.
That hit.
At her, that is 13 piercing damage. Max damage with the longsword strike. That's my turn.
Yeah. You. She's so blinded by rage now. You slapped out of there. She just wasn't there. Just stabbed right into her clutches, her chest. Not quite dead. She just lifts up with you. It is.
Okay. So Brackus,
Like, all this running.
and turn and start walking down the stairs sort of slowly. And once I'm about halfway down, I'll just be like, and throw another firebolt at the lady. And that's another 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Oh, wrong die.
How do you want to do this? Or what does it look like?
Ah!
Okay. So I go back. I sort of do it like I'm almost throwing like a baseball, sort of, and I hold back just a little longer than I normally do, so a little bit more fire builds up. And I look back, and I'm like, "Oh no!" And then I throw it, and it gets bigger as it goes. And then once it finally hits her, it just envelops her in like a fireball, pretty much. And she screams and falls back in a really graceful way since she's a lady, but she's still on fire, so it's not that graceful.
I can stay right up on there and let my eyebrows get singed
Everybody get quieter. Yeah, and then I'll use the rest of my movement going down the rest of the stairs. And that's my turn.
Okay. Rena.
Is there still people alive?
There is still one guy. You've got Celia at the stairs. You're holding the bloodstone. What do you want to do?
Can I ask what the guard did when he saw his boss immolate?
You're quiet, man.
You're a little bit.
Yeah, you are really quiet. I bet your computer does the same thing mine does, and it like automatically lowers your volume if you get too loud.
What's the guard do when he sees his boss get immolated?
He kind of like, he's obviously shaken and freaking out, and you can just kind of hear him say, "Mercy Talos, Mercy Talos," and he starts to like try to crawl away from you, and gives you an opportunity attack.
Hey?
Yeah.
Fucking Talos got to do with this shit. And he rolls a 24.
Oh shit.
How do you want to do this?
He looms up over him, lifts his sword back, and then just smashes down with his shield instead. Squish
Yeah.
on his face.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Hi, Dad. Sorry, Dad said hi, kids. I was gonna wait till then. Bye, kids. Probably not watching the chat. Love you.
I love you, Dad.
Hi, Paul.
Okay. Love you too. You are out of mission. Where are you? What do you do?
Runa assumes that everybody's going to start looking for their payment and makes a steady pace away from everybody with the gem.
I'm turning and heading right off towards her, following right behind her the exact same pace.
I turn.
Are you trying to
Like,
ruin this whole
You
job?
can take my payment.
Just going and ruining everything. Come on, Silea, tell her to get back here.
get back here.
I'm the one who grabbed the gem. I'm the one who lowered the priest. And I'm the one who took out the acolyte. I think I deserve this gem.
I killed the priest.
I left him wide open.
Yeah, well, I left him wide open for you. So, I think it was a team effort. So why don't you just come on back here and we can be civilized about it. Or we can fight each other for it, which I don't want to do. Or do I? No, I don't.
They call me Priest Kiter. They call me Orc Biter. But by God, they don't call me no lady fighter. Do the right thing, Runa.
Runa's unconvinced, but slows a little.
Tylee, aren't you the boss here?
Runa scoffs at that too while continuing walking.
Wait, is she not our boss?
No, we killed our boss.
You seem to be telling me what to do, so I thought. Is
No.
she not
Just
in charge
because it's easy.
of us?
We're technically equal partners. But yes, Siley is the boss of you.
Don't make me responsible for that.
Hey, you're the one who started coming up with plans and shit.
I just thought she was in charge all along, frankly.
Yeah, just you. Just you.
Damn. Wow. I'll be damned.
Does anyone know somewhere we can sell this stone? Because obviously, the person we were planning on selling it to is no longer available. And I don't have anything to do with a bloodstone.
Marcus, give me a history check.
Shit. -1. 10.
10. All right. You do seem to kind of recall a name that's been passed around if there were jobs like this to be done, but you hadn't done one yourself.
Jobs to be done, or like things to, like a place to
Fences.
sell things? Fences?
Like,
yes.
yeah. Like,
Uh,
yeah.
I might know somebody.
All right.
Who is it? Who do I know?
Equal shares. We sell the stone. Everyone takes their gold and leaves. 25% for each of us, except I'll take an extra 5 of Jabarl's for giving him instructions. So 30 for me, 20 for Jabarl, 25 for the other two. Seem fair to everyone?
Yep. Can we ransack the house too?
He just starts counting on his fingers again. Tell you what, I'll give you twice that, however much that is.
That sounds like
If we all do another job together. I think this went pretty well, don't you? Runa didn't actually end up ruining a single goddamn thing.
Well,
That
as
makes
far
one of
as
us.
legit jobs go, it went pretty horribly. But it's pretty par for the course for me, I'm being honest.
You like shooting fire out your fingers, magic and shit. The way you went up the stairs, Runa. Sigh, you were sneaking all around, and I don't really know why you were swinging at Runa, but you're way smarter than me, so I have no designs to try to interpret those sorts of actions beyond my comprehension. I think we kind of make a good-ass team, though, don't you?
I'm the only good ass in this team.
I don't know about that.
Looks behind him.
Didn't mind that bad.
Runa,
Should
what do you
we-
say?
Go ahead and check if she actually did bring any payment before we walk away. I mean, she probably didn't, but we can acquire bonus for the extra work we performed today.
That is kind of our thing. Seems like killing people and getting paid for it works out in the long run.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Whoever
Runa
said
has,
crime doesn't pay.
Obviously hasn't done very much crime.
Whoever said that? Has anybody ever said that? I don't know.
Goody two shoes, probably.
Runa has decided she probably doesn't want to take all 3 on for the gem. And the payment is sounding a little sweeter now. So she falls to the back of the group, headed back towards the payment spot. Still clutching the gem.
I'm going straight for the mage, and I'm going to try to pocket that necklace, and then I'll share anything else I find on her body.
And Jabarl's just patting everybody on the back. Y'all are just a good bunch of reavers, what you is. What we is. What should we call ourselves anyway?
I told you like 4 hours ago.
My
My name is Bill.
Well, you know what? I think maybe the Bloodstone Reavers might be a good one.
Bloodstone Reaver's got a nice.
You know,
ring to it.
since we found a bloodstone, and it's sort of how we all met.
Sounds right pretty as Silea over there, no offense.
Fine. Whatever.
Okay,
Runa's
whatever deal.
silence indicates that she's not protesting, but she really doesn't want to agree either.
What do you say, Runa?
Runa looks up and then looks back down and keeps rifling through pockets. That's her bare minimum acknowledgement.
Well, it's not a no.
Seeing that it's just me and Brackus, I just turn towards him. Bloodstone Reavers!
Bloodstone Reavers.
Well,
I,
at least we all and the fire source agree on something.
And just like that, the professor kind of comes back into his head. I hear a whisper. Bloodstone Reavers. And he looks around confused, and Diadra and probably are kind of looking around. That's where we leave off.
Oh my gosh!
So, Angela,
Inside
the Bloodstone Reavers is
Shrine of Cyrus.
another party of adventurers you've run across a couple times.
Nice.
But wait,
But we didn't know their names.
there's more. Kimbo still lies prone on the ground. His vision goes white. And he sees the shrine, he sees his body, and he disappears upwards through the shrine and up into the sky, into the clouds before his view descends. Eventually moving back towards the earth from a great height, looking down on the Sword Coast. Moving down, closer towards, not far from where he already was, down onto the Sword Mountains, down onto Icespire Peak, down onto Icespire Keep, cut. Many, many years ago, deep into the side of the mountain. Steam rising from atop it, and as his view zooms in, he sees, not inside the cavern or the keep, but resting, tending to its wounds, healing in the cold, in the frost, the icy scales of Cryovane. Preparing, waiting. Being watched. And that is where we're going to leave off.
Watch.
Dun, dun, dun.
oh my gosh, my throat hurts from doing that fucking voice. Gosh darn it.
The voice was good. That was a
Thanks.
good fucking voice. Everyone's voices were so good. Ah, Lizzie, yes.
Lizzie, that was great.
Did I do okay?
You did
Yeah,
very
it was
good. Your villain work was outstanding. Like I'm taking
Yeah.
notes on that shit.
It was great except for all the bad shit. Oh my god.
Your character was incredible.
That was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Barbarian for life. Fuck, man. That was a good old time.
Those villains were not very hard. I expected you guys to take.
I half died.
You had half died?
Yeah,
What is
7
it?
is half my health pool.
We're second level. We're squishies. Except for me,
Yeah.
I wasn't very squishy. Barbarians aren't very squishy. Turns out. Oh, that was fun, and
I didn't even get attacked.
I'm so excited that like I know these characters now. Like I have like it's so cool. Like you guys brought these characters to life. Like on the page, it's just like the initial sentence I read about each of them, that little paragraph. That's all there is about their backstory, and you guys just crafted it. You formed it with Diadra's help. That was so fun.
Yeah.
Angela, how do you feel?
Fine.
You did great. It was, just
Yeah.
a little
Yeah, you really
little one shot, just a little fun little foray, like a holiday special, if you will. Not
Your
quite the
toes in
same
the
as
water.
like being in a reoccurring campaign where you play a character over a longer period of time, but
Yeah.
Which
you
we
got
need
into it
to
anyway. You
have
did good.
more money.
Oh, exactly, and you get to make it in your own image too. So
Yeah.
You were just-
I think
go ahead.
I enjoyed considering the way this character would act, but I think I would have, a more natural time if I made a character that was more,
Mhm.
Oh,
aligned.
absolutely. And that was Lizzie's first time fucking DMing.
That was so good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Your villain. Oh, I lost my headset.
Oh.
What happened?
My headset died, but I can hear you.
Oh, we can hear you still, yeah.
I was gonna say your villain gave me Effie Trinket vibes,
But like
but a little
more
crazy.
foreboding,
Yeah.
like a sinisterness to it. It was great.
Yeah.
I really liked that villain a lot. What was her name again? Olfana? Wolfana. Wolfana. That was so great.
Yeah, that voice was sick nasty, dude.
Yeah, that voice, the act, all of your, yeah.
Jack's
Yeah.
like, I know what I'm requesting tonight.
No, I'm gonna request for her to shut the fuck up because she's not gonna stop talking.
Wolfana and Bracket sitting in a tree. URNING.
So, I'm curious who wrote the characters and the backstories for the Bloodstone Reavers. Was it Matt or Lizzie? Or
So the initial sentence I read is what it was included in the module. The extra stuff on the principles and stuff was stuff that I put in there, and then who actually wrote the characters was you guys.
Yeah, Matt created the character sheet.
It's neat. Now, you said at the start, what, bottle episode or something like that?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So in case it wasn't like put together, like this was you guys seeing the origin of the Bloodstone Reavers, right? So this was a vision back in time, and it was disconnected from the rest of like the plot. It wasn't something that was directly going to or
Right.
could affect your the main story, your main characters, etc. So that's like it's a term used in TV shows for when you have like you have like a part of the plot that is the conflict forms and is resolved in that same episode, and it's not connected to anything on either side of it specifically.
It was in a bottle.
So every episode of Futurama.
What's that?
No. Some of
I
Futurama's
said
connected.
every episode of Futurama.
In a way. That's awesome.
They specifically say that in that one episode where they burn down the entire planet.
Yes, that's right. That's
It's
right.
always got to be
Happened.
back to normal at the end.
That's so meta.
Yeah.
That was that show's
We
so
actually
good.
just watched that one the other day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we did.
Because it's a Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the same thing happened in Doctor Who.
Oh, that's
I
right.
just realized.
I
Yeah.
didn't remember that.
Remember? The sun burns the whole planet down, but the trees save it. Because remember that
Oh,
the big
yeah,
forest, the Capaldi episode, Lizzie?
Yeah.
That was
I
his-
remember.
First Christmas
I did-
special?
No, that wasn't my Christmas special. That
It
was
was-
a different episode. It was Futurama that was the Christmas episode.
No, I think the Christmas
that-
trees. They were the Christmas trees.
I don't think so. It was just,
In
Maybe I
Futurama,
yeah,
Different episode. No, I was thinking of the Doctor Who episode. It was a bunch of pine
was that?
trees. But I could be remembering.
No,
that.
it wasn't. Not the one I'm thinking of, at least. It just put a forest everywhere.
Okay. Nice.
I think it was the Bender turns into a giant robot and almost destroys the planet. That was the episode.
Freaking love that show. The dice, the dice give it, and the dice take it away. That's great.
That's funny.
yeah, I rolled like
Brittany got this for me off of Etsy when I first started playing.
That's awesome.
I got my dice tray from Brittany too.
That's right. That's awesome.
Said please stop.
It was several years ago. I think I was 15, and Brittany had me Christmas drawing, and she gave me Comic-Con tickets. And,
Yeah, that's right.
That was the wrapping. And you kept that box the whole time. It was
That's
just
so
the
cute.
wrapping.
That's perfect.
That's so good.
I kept this box in pristine condition all up until about 2 months ago when I accidentally left it outside after doing something with it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how it survived the rainstorm.
Wow.
So I
It's
have
well loved.
this box forever.
Apparently.
Character.
Protected by the power of love. Did you cast Pass Without a Trace on it so it could hide from the rain?
A very nice backstory for a mean person.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Give him some humanity.
Makes you think. No response.
What?
I was just being insufferable for a moment. I thought somebody would
What'd you
blow
say?
raspberries at me or something.
What? Matt being insufferable? That doesn't sound right.
What?
That's only happened for the last 3 hours.
That's a way shorter time period than you could have said.
You want to say hi?
So Angela, you gonna make a character now? Join the campaign?
I'll join the next one.
Next
Will
time?
you? Are we
If I
still
have
streaming?
time.
Clip that.
It's
If I have time.
in there. It's going on YouTube.
Oh no.
No, I export them to YouTube so they don't get deleted.
There was a good space there where we could clip the first part of what she said and
Oh,
not
I'll
the
do that
second
too.
part.
No.
It goes right in the D&D chat.
I don't know if we're gonna even have room for you. So like,
That's fine.
don't hold.
I
your
take it
breath.
back.
Shut up.
Like,
So
we'll
what
check
are
our
we gambling
schedule.
on, do you think?
We might consider letting you play, like, if you were capable of playing.
Nah, man.
And clearly I'm not, so
Next session-
we're done here.
Next session, we're saying fuck the shrine and heading straight to Icespire Peak.
Probably.
We're all gonna kill the dragon or die. Forget about the treasure.
Probably.
But I want to dig for
That was
buried
kinda-
treasure.
That was kind of Diadra's point anyway.
Jack.
Got a murder complex at this point.
Kimbo will not let us leave.
You know?
Not let us leave.
Kimbo wants
Yeah,
his damn
'cause
gold.
he really wants the gold.
I'm tired of doing stuff for free, guys.
And now we got Kyler on to feed, another mouth.
Nah, Kyle can feed us.
We aren't gonna have to feed him for very long. I have a feeling.
He survived the last one. I don't know.
TJ recruited
TJ.
a random villager to go try to kill the dragon with us. His
Of
goal
course
was
he
to
did.
raise
Of
like
course he did.
an army of villagers, but he got one. So now we
Recruited is putting it lightly. Carrick swindled him for all of his gold, and then Carrick, Kimbo then, what's the word?
basically offered to
to pay him?
return his
Extorted
life
him.
savings.
Yeah, basically extorted him and convinced him to. Yeah, they got this poor kid coming and going.
Rude.
He thinks he's going to be an adventurer.
He hasn't died yet. We did go through one combat situation and he didn't die. So
Yeah, Kimbo just had to baby him the whole time. Kimbo was right there.
Oh man, good job, everybody.
Yeah, that was fun.
So crazy to think about how far we've come in what, a year? A little over a year?
yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
little over
year,
now.
3 weeks ago. Something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you're right. We talked about that, didn't we?
Cool.
Angela made her account 1 year and 12 days ago. So that was slightly after the campaign started.
No, it was like right before.
Oh, it was before. Yep, it
It
was.
was right before I started, but I joined a month in.
Oh. I made my account when
I was
Matt
making
was
mine.
trying to get everybody to start doing D&D, I thought.
No,
Yeah,
you
because
Yeah, I
you didn't
thought
start
so.
until like October.
Yeah, but we had already had like a conversation about that way earlier, and then because Luke was working on 2 different character ideas while the rest of the campaign was going on.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah, the
campaign, had
campaign
started.
actually started. I looked this up. It was like July 23rd or something. It's like 3 weeks ago. So I think it would have been after like a week or 2 of the campaign.
Yeah, right around that
Right around that
period, roughly, somewhere in there. That was fun. You guys have just come so freaking far. It's so cool. And I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I'm way better at this shit than I was before.
Matt's like,
Fucking
now I
sucked
only
at it
have to
before.
prepare for half an hour.
Did you base your character off of anybody?
Probably, but not some. I didn't have like a particular inspiration. No.
Okay. Because he vaguely reminded me of some movie character or something, but I can't pin it. So
I think I took inspiration from like various different movie characters and voices and things like that. And you notice that I was like, so his voice like changes, and then all I did was get louder. My voice didn't change at all. I tried to change my voice, but there was like not enough room to move in there.
Yeah.
Nothing different came out.
Yeah, it's hard.
it worked out.
I base all my characters off of League characters.
Nice.
So,
It's kind of funny. Luke's character description reminded me of the main character of the books I'm reading right now.
what are you
A little
reading?
bit. The Mistborn series.
Mm.
By Brandon Sanderson.
It worked, guys.
Yeah.
I finally did it.
If you guys haven't read them,
Congratulations.
I'm like obsessed.
Yeah.
I was so
She's read
skeptical
1,700 pages in like a week.
and so
I
I
was
read
reading a lot more.
1,700 pages in 48 hours, bitch. I read the first 2 books in 48 hours.
That she
Um,
read 1,000 pages in 40
Oh yeah,
hours.
yeah. I was looking at my Kindle. But I was so skeptical of Brandon Sanderson,
Because Luke likes
Because
it.
Luke likes it.
and I was like so critical of his writing, and then by like, Witch's writing has some flaws.
It took her
but
halfway through the first book.
It's the same as being critical of J.K. Rowling when we were kids. Oh, everyone
Oh, yeah.
loves her. She can't be that
No,
good. I'm like,
I
this
was
is
like
pretty
telling-
fun. Pretty
when
fun.
when I first started reading, I was like, dude, he uses the word true like every other sentence. I can't do this. I can't. And then by like
True.
3/4 of the way through the book, I was like, so when's the next one available?
Seriously, she read the first half of the first book in 2 weeks.
What the
She
heck?
read the second half of the first book and all of the second one in 48 hours.
What's wrong with
Holy
you?
And-
shit, dude.
Words?
This morning,
Why?
this morning
You're like
I
a
woke up
words demon.
at 6:30 to wake Luke up. And then instead of going back to sleep, I was like, I should read more. Because I'm on the 3rd book.
I did the same thing this morning.
Nice. And before
Except
Luke,
she fell back asleep.
nice. Before Luke left to work, we had like a whole like 20-minute conversation about why Brandon Sanderson is a good author. So
That's cute.
fully converted, and that is my effort to convert you.
That's cute.
You need to send me the name of the first book. And
Tell-
You will like it.
If Brandon Sanderson is an 8, where do you put R.A. Salvatore?
It's been such a long time since I read R.A. Salvatore, so I would not be a good judge. Okay.